The Razer Blade Stealth is the best 13-inch gaming laptop currently available. There just isn't much competition at this size. But there's one major problem that you need to know about, and it's not the price. It all comes down to the screen. The smaller 13-inch 1080p 120Hz panel sounds great on paper. It's even got good color gamut, brightness, and contrast ratio for a laptop. But the screen has a slower 29 millisecond gray to gray response time, one of the worst I've ever tested in any gaming laptop. Now, I'm by no means a hardcore gamer and sensitive to response time, but that said, I was still able to notice ghosting when playing games on this machine, and when looking at the UFO test, it was super obvious. For a 120Hz screen, generally we want an 8.33 millisecond response time for all transitions to occur within the refresh window, but the response time here is just too slow to keep up, and this is what results in the ghosting or smearing effect, which is unpleasant while gaming. Now, the Blade Stealth is also available with a 60Hz option, and interestingly, that model is actually currently cheaper than this 120Hz one. Unfortunately, I haven't had that one to test since buying the tools to measure screen response time, but it would be interesting to see if that 60Hz one actually feels better while gaming. Maybe that's why this one went on sale. Just a guess though. It just really seems that 120Hz has been used mostly for marketing. It's not that practical here. At the same time though, I completely understand that there might not be many other, if any, 13-inch high refresh rate panels. There just aren't really many 13-inch gaming laptops out there because it's so hard to fit good specs into a machine this size that can actually run games at fast frame rates to take advantage of it. So panel manufacturers have had no real incentive to make fast 13-inch panels for gaming laptops. They just wouldn't really have anyone to sell them to, except I guess Razer. So my best guess is that Razer are just limited by what's available in the market. Anyway, enough about the screen. As you'd expect from a Razer laptop, the build quality is exceptional. It's all matte black aluminium, or aluminum based on where you're from, and it just feels super premium and well built. Although they're using Nvidia's GTX 1650 Ti in this latest model, I didn't really find the gaming performance to be all that different from the last gen 1650 model with the same processor. Maybe things will change soon, as I can only assume that they're about to refresh this thing with the new Intel 11th gen processors. Inside we've got the 53Wh battery down the bottom and single M.2 storage slot and Wi-Fi 6 card in the middle towards the right. Memory is unfortunately soldered to the motherboard, which is pretty typical with smaller machines like this. So keep that in mind when considering upgrades. You can basically only change that single SSD and the Wi-Fi card. The battery life is alright for a smaller gaming laptop. It lasted for more than 6 hours in my YouTube playback test. CPU performance is actually quite better than some other laptops around the same size or a bit bigger. It's a quad-core Ice Lake chip, but again, I would expect better soon. That 11th gen version is probably just around the corner. As we can't fit super high-end specs inside, it just doesn't get too hot, and there is some level of user fan control. The keyboard has a single zone of RGB backlighting. There's not much travel, which is normal for a thinner machine, but it worked alright. The glass precision touchpad is pretty big for a 13-inch device, feels amazing, and works great. The front-facing speakers were above average, but not amazing. I/O is minimal, just a 3.5mm audio combo jack, USB Type-A and C ports on the left, and another Type-A and C port on the right, though this one offers Thunderbolt 3. This means you can attach an external graphics enclosure to it. I'm actually in the process of testing the new Nvidia RTX 3090 out with this machine, but that video will be over on the main channel. The 720p camera is up the top in the middle. It's pretty blurry, but I thought the audio was decent, and it does have IR for Windows Hello support. Packing all these features into a thinner machine like this does come at a high cost. The Blade Stealth 13 is quite expensive. You could easily pay less money for a slightly bigger 14 or 15-inch gaming laptop that'll perform much better. So it really comes down to how much you want to prioritize portability. You're paying a premium for a smaller machine that can still run GPU workloads like games on the go. And overall, it is quite a nice laptop if you can justify the price. Just be aware of the main problem noted with the screen, which is that lower response time which results in ghosting. But hey, if you've got Razer Blade Stealth kind of money, maybe you're using an eGPU and much better external monitor anyway. You can see how well this laptop performs in 15 different games at both 720p and 1080p resolutions in my other video here. I've also compared it against some other laptops so you can see how it stacks up. And this also includes the last gen Blade Stealth. So I'll see you over in that video. And if you're new to the channel, then don't forget to subscribe for future laptop reviews like this one.